Hi. Thank you so much to iHeart, and thank you so much mainly to the fans.
Taylor Swift leads iHeartRadio Music Award nominations again. There are names that appear on nomination lists so often that each time they return, people stop asking why and start asking something else entirely. How many this time? And in 2026, that name is once again Taylor Swift. 9 nominations at the iHeartRadio Music Awards. 9. A number that doesn't just speak to success, but to sustained dominance in an industry that changes almost every single week. The real question isn't whether Taylor Swift is still at the top, it's what keeps her there, year after year, as a powerful new generation of artists continues to rise. The iHeartRadio Music Awards are not a typical award show. They reflect in real time the listening habits of millions of Americans on radio waves and digital platforms throughout an entire year. And when Taylor Swift leads the nominations here, it points to a very clear reality. Her music isn't just talked about, it's listened to, lived with, and returned to day after day. From Song of the Year and Artist of the Year to Best Lyrics, Best Music Video, Favorite Tour Style, and even a brand new category, Favorite TikTok Dance, Taylor Swift appears on nearly every front. This is no longer just the story of a successful singer. It's the story of a cultural brand operating seamlessly in the digital age. And when her competition includes names like Wallen, Kendrick Lamar, Bad Bunny, and Sabrina Carpenter, this story clearly goes beyond nomination counts. It's about position, influence, and how an artist maintains an emotional connection with the public over time. What do you think that says about where we are right now? Looking at the full landscape of the 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards, one thing is immediately clear. This is not an easy race for anyone. Taylor Swift leads with 9 nominations, but right behind her is a wave of artists representing very different directions in contemporary music. Bad Bunny brings a global Latin pulse, Sabrina Carpenter represents a rapidly rising generation of pop, and Alex Warren emerges from the world of social media, a space where a song can go viral overnight. And it's precisely within this intense competition that Taylor Swift's position becomes worth examining. What makes Swift stand out isn't how many categories she appears in, but how those categories reflect a complete ecosystem. Song of the Year with The Fate of Ophelia highlights that storytelling remains at the core of her creative identity. Best Lyrics isn't just a trophy, it's recognition of a writing style that has become her signature. Best Music Video and Favorite Tour Style reveals something else entirely. Taylor Swift doesn't just release music, she builds experiences. Every video, every stage, every visual detail is designed to make the audience feel like they're part of the story. When you place Swift alongside her Artist of the Year competitors, from Kendrick Lamar's social depth to Wallen's mass appeal to Lady Gaga's long-standing icon status, one key difference becomes clear. Taylor Swift doesn't choose one extreme. She stands at the intersection of art and commerce, emotional depth and mainstream reach. It's the hardest position to maintain, and one very few manage to hold for long. Another telling detail is the introduction of Favorite TikTok Dance, a sign that music today isn't just meant to be heard, but performed. Taylor Swift's presence in this category shows she hasn't been left behind in a younger generation's game, even after more than a decade-long career. She doesn't chase trends recklessly. Instead, her music naturally finds its way into digital life, where fans transform songs into a shared language. iHeartRadio describes this as an awards show made for the fans, and when fans hold the voting power, the question isn't simply who is more famous, it's who is listened to the most, who stays with people the longest in everyday life. Taylor Swift, in that sense, isn't competing with just new releases, but with a relationship built over many years, one rooted in empathy, shared experience, and the feeling of being understood. Voting runs through March 19th, the ceremony takes place at the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles, and the final results are still ahead. But even now, the story is already clear. Taylor Swift isn't merely participating in another award season. She represents a modern artist model, where music, visuals, fan community, and popular culture merge into one. And that leads to a larger question. Are we witnessing yet another victory, or are we watching the beginning of a new chapter in how music is created, shared, and loved? When the numbers, the nominations, and the comparisons begin to fade into the background, what remains in Taylor Swift's 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards story isn't just the possibility of winning, it's the meaning of presence. 9 nominations aren't simply 9 chances at trophies. They're 9 moments showing an artist who continues to live alongside her audience, in headphones during morning commutes, on car radios, on phone screens late at night. Taylor Swift led nominations in 2023 and 2024 and shared the spotlight with other major names in past years. But her return to the top in 2026 reveals something deeper. Her success isn't tied to a moment, it's built on consistency, on knowing exactly who she is and what her audience looks for in music. In a world where trends pass as quickly as a scrolling feed, that's a rare advantage. iHeartRadio calls this an awards show created for the fans, and it's the fans, through every listen and every vote, who are telling this story in their own way. Not through complicated analysis, but through the simplest action of all, pressing play, listening again, and sharing. That is the most honest measurement of influence. On a broader level, this isn't just a story about Taylor Swift. It raises a question for the entire music industry. Is there still room for longevity, emotional connection, and storytelling in an era driven by speed and algorithms? Taylor Swift, at least for now, is offering a very clear answer. When the awards take place on the evening of March 26th in Los Angeles, the final results will be revealed. But for many fans, the biggest win may have already happened. The feeling of growing alongside an artist through different stages of life and still finding themselves in familiar melodies. If you followed this story to the end, leave a comment with the video's keyword and share your thoughts. Is Taylor Swift at her absolute peak, or is she defining a new standard for long-lasting musical careers? And if you want to keep following slow, thoughtful, in-depth analysis like this, don't forget to subscribe.